Good afternoon, October 22nd, 2025. It's been a month and a half since I quit Kratom. 45 days, well, we're wrapping up day 45 right now. And yeah, month and a half. How do I feel? Pretty much how I've been feeling, but slightly better, I would say. Still depressed, still have anhedonia, pretty apathetic, not a whole lot of motivation to do things, not a whole lot of interest in things, but it's getting a little bit better. It's not quite as bad as it has been the last few weeks, but it's definitely still there. Sleep is not great. I've actually made significant effort to try to improve my sleep by limiting caffeine, especially later in the day, working out extra hard, drinking lots of water, and trying to be off the electronics late at night, and just kind of being a meditative, just trying to fall asleep, right? Rather than scrolling on my phone. You know, when I can't sleep, sometimes I just open a book or scroll on my phone or do things that kind of keep you awake. But I'm actually trying to make effort to get better sleep, but to no avail. I mean, I'm still having restless legs at night, which sucks, dude. I mean, freaking A, dude. 45 days later, I've got restless legs. I mean, don't watch this and think that's going to happen to you. I think that I'm in the minority there, honestly. Everyone's recovery is going to be unique to them, so don't look at me or someone else and be like, I'm going to experience it the exact way he is, and 45 days later I'm going to be depressed and I'm not going to be able to sleep and I'm going to have restless legs. Maybe you will, but I hope not. But maybe you won't. You know, I've talked to people who their restless legs have been long gone by this point. So I don't freaking know, dude. I'm not really sure what to do. I'm kind of in that weird in-between phase where it's I don't really have that much time under my belt. In the grand scheme of things, a month and a half is not that long. Really, it's not. You know, a year is a decent amount of time to make decisions. Okay, I've got restless legs after a year. I need to see somebody about this. Restless legs after a month and a half, that's probably just lingering crap. You know, it's just lingering crap. Same with the depression. It's lingering crap. You have depression every day for a whole year. Might be time to address it with a doctor, or maybe even well before then. But yeah, it's that weird phase where you start to question yourself, okay, maybe I'm just a depressed person, maybe I have an underlying depression issue, or maybe it's the pause. Right now I'm just choosing to accept that it's just post-acute withdrawals, and it'll go away at some point. Yeah, I freaking hope so, especially the restless legs. You know, I know people who they have restless leg syndrome. It's a disease that they have. It's not a result of them using drugs. It's they got diagnosed with it a long time ago. They've had it, and they have to manage it with, you know, this or that medication when it's bad. And I don't know what causes it, but I'm not saying I have it. You start to question things a little bit. Shit, man, do I just have depression? Do I just have anhedonia? Do I just have restless legs now? Did Kratom screw me up permanently? I can tell you the answer is most likely no, but you still ask those questions. You still start to question yourself, because you're dealing with all this crap, you know, and you want to find a solution. You want to feel better. It's to be expected, though. Cravings are still pretty decently bad. Man, I've dealt with so many bad cravings in the last couple of weeks that I feel I don't know how they could get any worse. I've gotten through some of the worst cravings that I don't think they could get worse, and I feel almost confident in that dude, I said no when the cravings are at their worst. I can continue to say no. You know, hopefully the cravings start to get a little easier, and I think they kind of have, actually. They're a little bit less in duration. You know, there was times last week where I had cravings all day. even when I changed environments, it was just all day. Well, today I had bad cravings, but they seem to be much shorter lived. Like I'm saying no, I said no. Like there's no way you're doing that. I'm not going to get Kratom today. It's not gonna happen. And then the craving kind of went away after a little bit, and hasn't really come back. This is about a few hours ago. So maybe I'm starting to get that crap under my belt. I'm not saying the cravings are gone, forever. Just maybe I'm learning how to deal with them better, and hopefully they just get a little bit easier to deal with as you go. You know, like I was thinking about today, like I've quit other things in my life that I don't even think about anymore. You know, like I quit smoking. I smoked for like 6-7 years. And when I quit, like I just like never thought about it again after a while. You know, you kind of like think about it for a little while. You have some cravings. You see other people smoke. You get addicted to going out, talking to people, the social aspect of it and all that. And you kind of have to break away from that and deal with like not doing that and changing your environment so you don't do that. But after a while, it's like I don't ever think about smoking anymore. It never crosses my mind to even have a cigarette. Even if I see someone else smoking or can smell a cigarette, like it's disgusting to me now. And you know, like say like with alcohol, it's like I used to really struggle to not have a drink. Like I was like in this phase of like, man, I really want that. I'm craving it. I hardly ever think about it anymore. You know, like I went long enough time, I guess, when I was on Kratom for that addiction to kind of subside, and I just transitioned it all onto Kratom now. So I hope that going through these tough cravings long enough, I build up that resistance and just the mental toughness, the willpower. But honestly, like if you don't think, like it doesn't take any willpower for me to not smoke cigarettes anymore. It takes no willpower at all because I don't even want to. Can I get there with Kratom? I freaking hope so. You know, say no long enough, and then hopefully eventually it takes no willpower. Right now it takes willpower. It takes willpower, it takes distracting myself, remembering why I'm doing this, focusing on the purpose of it, remembering how I felt when I was on it, revisiting my old videos to revisit how I was feeling in the worst of it. All those things I've got to do to keep myself clean. Hopefully one day it's like I don't have to do any of that crap anymore. I just don't even think about it. You know, I'm holding on to that hope that I'll get there. And I know that I will. It's just shit, man. It's hard getting there. It really is. Especially like just being unmotivated through this pause, and like then you feel guilty because you're not doing what you're not doing. You know, we all set this standard for ourselves, and mine is usually, you know, I wouldn't say I'm super hard on myself, but I definitely expect myself to be doing better than I am right now. And I'm talking just like with daily tasks and not procrastinating and getting shit done. You know, I'm failing at a lot of stuff right now because of this depression phase, and I feel guilty and shameful about it, and that makes me want to use the shame and the guilt. I want to numb it, but I've got to embrace it for what it is. And I'm having to learn these coping mechanisms of, all right, dude, we're in a phase right now. It's a small chapter of my life. It's not going to define my entire life. We're a little unproductive right now. We're going to do our best, but I got to like give myself a little grace here and there. And it's not a license to do nothing and to just be lazy and not work on sobriety and work on recovery every day. It's just, you know, I'm working on recovery every day. I'm working out, dieting, doing all these things that I know I need to do, and I'm still feeling the shame and guilt. I kind of got to like pull that back a little bit and be like, just relax, Josh, just a little bit. Like, we're not gonna, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, we've come 45 days. We got to keep going. This is going to be a slower process. A lot of us want to get over the acute phase. We're like, fuck yeah, we're back to normal. Sorry for swearing. Sorry, you know, I've been irritable today too, very irritable, and I have a hard time with swearing when I get, you know, a little irritable and angry. But it's nothing bad. It's just, you know, you get irritable. But anyways, you know, you want to rush back and just be ready to go, killing life, you know, and that pink cloud kind of gives you a taste of that, and then you come down from that, and now we've got to really do the slow, steady, consistent growth, and that takes slow, steady, consistent effort, and just try to improve every day, I guess. I don't know. right now, I think my time is preoccupied with trying to focus on work and staying busy and working out, my diet. You know, I've really just tried to focus on stuff I don't usually focus on, like how many calories I'm eating. Like, I never count calories. Started doing that because I need it to, like, I need to have something to almost obsess over. It's weird. I'm kind of like that though. Like, I like to obsess over. I've always obsessed over things that I've liked. I wouldn't say to like an extreme level. Just when I'm into something, I kind of go all out and try to, you know, really get into it and do the best I can at it. And anyways, that's another aspect of quitting Kratom that's hard for me, is I'm not as interested in things that I know that I'm interested in, but I'm just not interested in them right now because my brain is trying to heal, and I'm not getting the chemical release that I would normally get doing some of these activities that I really enjoy. But I'm kind of just rambling and ranting. I don't even know. Didn't really have a purpose for this video. Like, honestly, like, I just wanted to make one a month and a half, and I didn't really know what to talk about because, you know, I don't know. I'm having a hard time knowing what to say or coming up with topics, or I don't know. I'm kind of like just freaking zombieing through life right now a little bit. I'm still working hard, like trying to on the recovery side. Like, I'm working out hard. I'm you know, reading the Bible, and I'm praying, and I'm trying to stay busy, and I'm not giving up on the recovery side, but I'm just struggling. Like, I still feel like it's such a struggle for me just to get through the day, and with these cravings and with this depression and all this stuff, to where it's like I almost feel like doing none of that other stuff, the good stuff. But I know that if I don't, like, I'll probably do something stupid, relapse, or just get into a really bad depressed state, and then the shame and guilt will be even exponentially more. So it's just a grind, I guess. You just gotta grind through it. And I don't know. Really excited to go on a vacation next Wednesday. We leave next Wednesday, and I don't know. Maybe my expectation's too high for that. It feels like it might be a little break. Even if I'm not feeling great and I'm depressed and stuff, at least, you know, I'm in a different environment where maybe I can kind of decompress and detach from all these cravings and crap that I have. And, you know, just, I don't know, man. I'm all struggling with boredom too. Yeah, I don't know. This video is probably not helpful to anybody, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard with this depression to figure out what to say, how to say it, what to talk about. I guess, you know, we made it a month and a half, guys. Keep struggling, keep fighting. I made it 45 days. It hasn't been easy. There's been days in there that have been easy, and that's nice. You know, it hasn't been 45 days of pure agony. But the mental aspect of this whole deal is a challenge, and I think we need to be prepared for it. I wasn't very prepared for it. I thought I was, and then, you know, I don't know. I wasn't really prepared for the depression aspect, I don't think. If I could go back, maybe I would. I don't know what I would do, actually. I'd have to think about that. Because depression, it's like, there's not much you're going to do to, like, fix it. I mean, you could use drugs, and that would fix it in the short term, but that's not the plan, right? So I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Maybe set up a therapy session or something. But this is kind of my therapy session, I guess, talking to YouTube. So anyways, guys, keep fighting. Really do. I mean, keep fighting. Like, I'm grinding myself. I'm grinding myself. I'm hoping for better days ahead. I really am. Don't be afraid to quit, though. Like, you may look at me and be like, oh, this guy's got restless legs after 45 days. I don't want to do that. It's probably not going to happen to you, honestly. It probably won't. Like, maybe it will, but it's still manageable. You know, it only happens at night. I don't got it all day. I don't have it all day, which is nice. So, yeah, I mean, recovery is a grind. Stick with it. I want to be free from this crap. I don't want to have to go through this again. Are you kidding me? This pause crap sucks. I don't want to have to go through this again. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing. It's going to be uncomfortable. Whatever. Screw it, man. Like, we'll just suffer. and then we'll be on the other side. And then hopefully I'll be in a place to really help someone else that is in this situation or wants to make the jump, and maybe I can be useful to other people and you know, help others that are struggling. And maybe that God will use these videos to reach someone who's in a bad spot, thinking about relapsing. I've thought about relapsing every single day. Believe me, I have. I'm not giving into those thoughts though, because I know that they stem from the addiction. And they're lying to me. That's really what they're doing. They're lying to me. They're telling me I can do this in moderation. They're telling me that it would make me feel so much better, that I deserve it. I made it 45 days. I deserve a little treat. That's all BS. Don't give into that crap. And just keep pushing, guys. I'm going to keep pushing. And you know what? I'll take the pause over being in that slave to Kratom situation ever again. Give me the pause, baby. Give me the pause. All right, guys. I'm going to sign off. I've rambled on long enough now. God bless you. I'm praying for you. And please pray for me. All right. We'll see you.